SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information.
SBRForum Videos, I'm your host Natalie Rydström. The US Open is underway at Flushing Meadows. Tennis fans on the East Coast have looked forward to this tournament for quite some time. Here now with us today to break down the betting value is SBRForum contributor and sportswriter Richard O'Hagan. Richard, thanks for joining us today.
Good to be back again, Natalie.
The Big Four have each gotten off to a good start and have not dropped a set yet. Talking, of course, about Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray and Roger Federer. Who has looked the most impressive to you so far?
I think they've all looked pretty impressive. Federer has got that slight edge. He's seeded the lowest he's been in a Grand Slam for years. He's seeded 7. He experimented with playing with a bigger racket and has gone back to his old one. But that seems to have done him a little bit of good. He looks more like his old self. So in terms of that, Federer's looking a little bit dangerous lurking down there in the bottom part of the draw. The others all had fairly easy games. It's a little bit difficult to judge form. Murray certainly did very well against Michael Lodgerer, who's practically the sort of class clown of the men's tour now. He even hit one serve underhand to try to put Murray off last night. But they've all looked solid, they've all looked good, and I can see all 4 of them making it through to the semi-finals, which would be a wonderful result for betting people, particularly if you backed Mr. Federer.
Well, looking at the futures market for the 4 we mentioned, shows 2-1 for Djokovic, 4-1 for Murray, and about 2-1 for Nadal, and a considerable 13-1 for Federer. So do any of these stand out to you?
Well, the Murray and Federer prices particularly. Djokovic and Nadal, they're seeded 1 and 2, so they're seeded to meet in the final. So naturally, their odds are going to be shorter. But I don't see there's that much difference between them and the other 2. Any one of these 4 can beat the others on any given day. So it's a very, very close at the top of men's tennis, nothing like the way women's tennis is. And you only have to look at the way the seeds have fallen as well in the opening days. A third of the men's seeds are already out of this competition. So that just emphasises how tough it is at the top of men's tennis. And I think that Murray and Federer are both very keenly priced in this market. And
are there any long shot bets worth considering?
Well, my pick for the tournament in terms of a long shot has been Juan Martín del Potro, who is a wonderful player. He's the only man outside of those Big Four to have won a Grand Slam in the last 5 years, and he won it here at Flushing Meadow. So he's a very good long price bet to do well. He's got a nice draw. He should have a cracking game in the next round against Leighton Hewitt. And I think he is going to go well. Also, the number 4 seed, David Ferrer, who is a much underrated player. He likes the surfaces to be a little bit slower than they are at Flushing Meadow. But again, he's looked like a decent player. He's looked in good form so far. So he'd be a good price as well for you.
OK, well, looking to the round 2 matches, are there any matches with value, do you think?
The one that really stands out is Del Potro and Hewitt. Hewitt's nothing like the force he was 10 years ago, but he's showed at Wimbledon that he can still give anybody a good game. And I think he and Del Potro are going to probably play it out over 4 or 5 sets. And that's going to give you lots of opportunity, not only to bet on the result, but actually to bet on the scores in each set, on the actual set match itself, and even a good one to bet in play as well. Any men's match that looks like it's going to go to 4 or 5 sets, good in-play betting to be had there. So that's the one I should be keeping a particularly close eye on this week.
OK, wonderful. Richard, I'll see you next week for some more US Open tennis coverage.
I look forward to being back.